After studying this module, you shall be able to know about the nature of a parallel or informal economy, learn more about the components and measurement of extent of a parallel economy, identify the causes of emergence of a parallel economy, evaluate the harmful effects of a parallel economy, analyze the strategies adopted by the government to eliminate the parallel economy.
To measure the economic health of a country and assess the standard of living, economists use gross domestic product, that is GDP, as an indicator. It includes the money value of all the final goods and services produced within a year in a country. However, critics are wary of using GDP as an economic measure as it does not take into account the hidden parallel economy. Official GDP estimates may not take into account the underground economy, in which transactions contributing to production, such as illegal trade and tax avoiding activities, are not reported, causing GDP to be underestimated.
According to Fitch, the hidden or parallel economy includes those activities that go unreported or are unmeasured by the society's current techniques for monitoring economic activity. According to Snyder and Ernst, parallel economy includes all unregistered economic activities which contribute to the officially calculated GNP. A parallel economy may also be termed as informal economy, black money economy, unaccounted economy, illegal economy, subterranean economy, or unsanctioned economy. In general, a precise definition seems quite difficult as the informal economy develops all the time and adjusts to changes in taxes, sanctions from the tax authorities, and to general moral attitudes. Those people or business entities who do not show their exact income as per government rules or indulge in illegal activities come under parallel economy. So, a parallel economy is often considered as a hidden economy of a country. The parallel economy has political, commercial, legal, industrial, social, and ethical aspects. According to D.K. Rangnekar, if the parallel economy poses a serious threat to stability and growth of the official economy, surely it stems from the fact that the magnitude of black money is large and rigged deals are growing in volume and complexity at an alarming rate. Apart from the wide ramifications of the parallel economy, one might also be alive to the fact that black incomes are accentuating the inequalities in income and wealth and breeding a new class of black rich in a society which is already harshly stratified. The National Institute of Public Finance and Policy defines black money as the aggregate of incomes which are taxable but not reported to the tax authorities. Let us now discuss the nature of parallel economy and components of parallel economy. A parallel economy, in its broadest sense, may consist of illegal economy, such as money laundering, smuggling, etc., legal but unreported economy, including tax evasion, unregulated economy, that is, economic activities outside regulations, types of underground economic activities. Illegal activities can be divided into two subparts: monetary transaction and non-monetary transactions. Monetary transactions include trade in stolen goods, drug dealing and manufacturing, prostitution, gambling, smuggling, and money laundering, fraud. Non-monetary transactions include barter of drugs, stolen or smuggled goods, producing or growing drugs for own use, theft for own use. Legal activities involve tax evasion and tax avoidance. Tax evasion means unreported income from self employment, wages, salaries, and assets from unreported work related to legal services and goods. Tax avoidance refers to employee discounts, fringe benefits, all do it yourself work, and neighbor help. The most crucial question relating to the black money is, how is black money generated? There are two main ways through which black money is generated: illegal means like criminal activities, which involve kidnapping, smuggling, poaching, illegal mining, cheating and scams, drugs, or through corruption involving bribes and theft by public officers. Another way of generating black money is through hiding income, which can be done through legal activities, which involves that income which is not reported to the authorities to evade tax. It accounts for a major share of black money. Let us now discuss the causes of emergence of a parallel economy. A parallel economy can come into existence due to various reasons. High tax rates implemented by the government, which results in a higher tendency of tax evasion among taxpayers. Prevalence of rigid controls, permits, quotas, and licenses. Complicated tax paying procedures and policies. The belief that taxpayers' money is not going to be properly utilized by government as trust on government is less. High inflation, which puts taxpayers under high tax paying brackets. Involvement of government agencies and officials in corrupt practices. Insufficient laws and their implementation to counter corruption. Weak enforcement of tax laws in respect of income tax, sales tax, excise duty, stamp duty, which leads to enormous unrestrained evasion of taxes and piling up of black money. The tendency of big trading houses of supporting political parties with the help of black money to tame the political leadership for deriving undue profit by manipulating policy decisions. Size of a parallel economy. Estimating the size of the parallel economy is difficult as entities engaged in underground activities would work to avoid detection. To make appropriate decisions on resource allocation, policymakers need information about the active stakeholders in the parallel economy, the frequency of occurrence of underground activities, and magnitude of these activities. With expansion of a parallel economy activities, participation in the shadow labor market has also been increasing. The shadow labor market includes those employees or employers or both who engage in dual employments, one in the official economy and the other in a parallel economy. Such workers in the shadow economy take on second jobs after or even during the regular hours in official employment. However, there are some workers who work only in the shadow economy, either because they find it more profitable to do so or because they are barred from the official economy, such as illegal immigrants. A parallel economy gives rise to the black market, which is a market where all commerce is conducted without regard to taxation, law, or regulations of trade. It is generally smallest in countries where economic freedom is greatest and becomes progressively larger in those areas where corruption, regulation, or legal monopolies restrict legitimate economic activity. Advantages of a black market are that goods acquired illegally may be cheaper than legal market prices. The supplier may not have to pay for production costs or taxes. This is usually the case in the underground market for stolen goods. Criminals steal goods and sell them below the legal market price without receipts or guarantee and earn huge profits illegally. Macroeconomic and microeconomic modeling studies based on data from several countries suggest that the major driving forces behind the size and growth of the shadow economy are an increasing burden of tax and social security payments, combined with rising restrictions in the official labor market. An estimate by Suraj B. Gupta has put the size of black money at over 50% of GDP at factor cost in 1987-88. It is also stated that annual rate of growth of black economy is higher than the annual growth rate of GDP. According to Global Financial Integrity Study of 2009, $1.4 trillion belonging to Indians were parked in safe havens abroad. $1.4 trillion is equivalent to rupees 70 lakh crore, more than India's national income of around rupees 50 lakh crore. A statement from the Swiss Central Bank declared that Indians have $2.5 billion deposits in various Swiss banks. Measurement of parallel economy. Policymakers and analysts can use direct and indirect methods to measure the size and volume of a parallel economy. Direct measures include tax audits and analysis of sample data to assess the size of undeclared taxable income. The indirect measures include the use of national accounting statistics to measure national and per capita incomes, labor force statistics in organized and unorganized sector, monetary transactions of larger denominations, cash demand instead of credit instruments, physical consumption inputs such as electricity consumption by production units. The World Bank Research Group's study, done in 2010, shadow economies all over the world, new estimates for 162 countries from 1999 to 2007 by Friedrich Schneider, Andreas Boone, and Claudio E. Montenegro is considered to be one of the most authentic reports on unofficial economy across the globe. It estimated India's shadow economy in 2006 to be 25.1% of GDP against 22.9% in 1999. This is estimated at around 30% currently. Let us now analyze the harmful effects of parallel economy. The presence of a parallel economy affects the economy in a number of ways. There is a misdirection of precious national resources. A part of black money is kept in a form that contributes nothing or little to productive activities. A major portion of the earned black money is squandered away on ostentatious consumption of goods and services, reduction in government revenues, and the quantity of public services. There is a worsening of income distribution, thereby undermining the fabric of the society as genuine taxpayers earn much less than those earning black money. The existence of a big sized unreported segment of the economy is a big handicap in making a correct analysis and formulation of right policies for it. It becomes difficult to monitor the development in the economy with precision. Availability of black money has eroded the social values of the society. The undeclared income is earned by illegitimate ways and is spent in undesirable and vulgar manner. Black money results in transfer of funds from a country to foreign countries through clandestine channels. Such transfers are made possible by violations of exchange regulations through the device of under-invoicing of exports and over-invoicing of imports. Black money requires for its protection proliferation and expansion of a service organization composed of musclemen, touts, and brokers to combat the forces of law and order on the one hand, and on the other hand, there are income tax advisors or chartered accountants in the pay of black money operators. Then there are contact men, better known as liaison officers, who negotiate favors from top bureaucracy and political bosses through bribes of black money. This has developed a new black money culture in the business world. Black money has corrupted our political system in the most vicious manner. At various levels, MLAs, MPs, ministers, party functionaries openly and shamelessly go on collecting funds. The Wonchu Committee has concluded it is therefore no exaggeration to say that black money is like a cancerous growth in the country's economy, which, if not checked in time, is sure to lead to its ruination.
It is difficult to evaluate whether the parallel economy ultimately affects the official economy in a positive or a negative way. An increase in the size of the shadow economy is likely to result in reduced tax revenues, which in turn reduces the quality and quantity of publicly provided goods and services. Ultimately, this can lead to an increase in tax rates for firms and individuals, quite often combined with a deterioration in the quality and administrations of the public goods such as roads, hospitals provided by the government. On the other hand, two-thirds of the income earned in the shadow economy is immediately spent in the official economy. This can be a boost for the official economy and may lead to additional overall economic growth. Research shows that smaller shadow economies appear in countries with high tax revenues that are achieved by low tax rates, resulting in greater compliance. Fewer laws and regulations combined with consistent enforcement and less bribery facing.
Governments can act to curb the shadow economy in the following ways. Changes in the tax rates can help in stabilizing the economic decisions of economic entities that are prone to be encouraged by the parallel economy. There is a need to have more stringent implementation of tax laws, tax audits, and heavier penalties for tax evasion to limit the size of the parallel economy. By introducing reforms to make the economy more competitive and liberalizing regulations, firms get an incentive to move from the parallel economy into the official one. Legalizing of certain shadowy economic activities, like liberalizing the labor market, can help to integrate such activities in the official economy. Instead of introducing more regulations, policymakers should focus on strict enforcement of limited regulations and create an awareness about the significance of laws in the economy. Ordinance to declare black money a national asset with powers to seize as well as confiscate, be it at home or overseas, disclosing the identity of those with loot stashed abroad, life sentence or capital punishment for those found guilty, joining global efforts to combat drug and terror funding, enacting legislation so as to make property transactions transparent, state funding of elections right from national to state, municipal, and panchayat, creating public awareness and public support, enhancing the accountability of auditors, protection to whistleblowers and witnesses, need to join international efforts and use international platforms, need to fine tune relevant laws and regulations, strengthening of social values, government regulations and agencies to control parallel economy. The government has empowered its existing institutions and set up new mechanisms and institutions to unearth black money. In May 2012, the Government of India published a white paper on black money. It disclosed India's effort at addressing black money and guidelines to prevent black money in the future. The anti money laundering law has been strengthened and more entities have been brought under its ambit to create a deterrent. The gradual reduction in direct tax rates has helped improve compliance. Central Board of Direct Taxes, a statutory authority functioning across India under the Central Board of Revenue Act of 1963, has investigation wings spread all across India, which are headed by the Director General of Income Tax Investigation to find and stop black money. The Director General of Income Tax International Taxation is in charge of resolving taxation issues arising from cross border transactions and transfer pricing. Financial Intelligence Unit has been operating as an investigative entity for receiving, processing, analyzing, and disseminating information relating to financial transactions. Central Board of Excise and Customs and Directorate of Revenue Intelligence and Apex Intelligence Organization is responsible for detecting cases of evasion of central excise and service tax. Central Economic Intelligence Bureau is responsible for coordination, intelligence sharing, and investigations at national as well as regional levels amongst various law enforcement agencies to prevent financial crimes, generation and parking of black money, and illegal transfers. India has joined global efforts to tackle illicit flows and also signed information exchange treaties with many countries. India also has double tax avoidance agreements with 82 nations, including all popular tax haven countries. The government has also introduced measures to contain the growth of black income in the country, such as deposit in the National Housing Bank, NRI Foreign Exchange Remittance Scheme, issuing national development bonds in US dollars, controlling the election expenses incurred by the candidates, conducting searches, seizures, raids, and other steps to plug loopholes in the tax administration.
It is not possible to curb, control, and finally prevent the generation of black money in future as well as repatriation of the black money unless a comprehensive mix of well-defined strategies is pursued with patience and perseverance by the central and the state governments and put into practice by all their agencies in a coordinated manner. In this module, you have learnt about the nature, components, size, measurement, harmful effects, and strategies for elimination of a parallel economy in a nation. A parallel economy gives rise to the black money, which is a market where all commerce is conducted without regard to taxation, law, or regulations of trade. Weak enforcement of tax laws in respect of income tax, sales tax, excise duty, stamp duty, which leads to enormous unrestrained evasion of taxes and piling up of black money. Availability of black money has eroded the social values of the society. The undeclared income is earned by illegitimate ways and is spent in undesirable and vulgar manner. Central Economic Intelligence Bureau is responsible for coordination, intelligence sharing and investigations at national as well as regional levels among various law enforcement agencies to prevent financial crimes, generation and parking of black money and illegal transfers.